let me know. I'll try to speak up, okay? I don't have I forgot my AirPods, so. All right, welcome everybody. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. I've been really resisting going back to like virtual classes, but I'm doing it. Facebook Live, okay? I did it. Facebook Live, I'm doing it, all right? Happy? And Zoom, I'm doing it too. So, just to get, and I also have people in person, so thank you for showing up in person. So, I'm not sure where to start here. I'm afraid it's not going to start on a super positive note. Just some things that I've been feeling in my body and in my life and experience lately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. Can you tell a teeny bit this way? Just a teeny bit, because you're just a little garbled. So like when you look over at us, we can hear you better. But it's a little teeny bit garbled the other way. Thank you. Sorry.
That's all right.
Interrupt again.
Is that gonna be better?
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, now you're just gonna be right up close and personal, but it's okay.
Perfect.
All right. Ooh, technology. So last weekend I went to Seattle to visit some friends of ours, some really good friends of Brian, who this past year lost their son to suicide. And just spending time with them, it was really sweet and tender and like exquisite and also heavy and challenging in some ways too. But it was really an amazing time with them. And then I also got to see my sister for a couple days, and then on Wednesday morning, as she was taking me to the airport, I got news that my nephew had overdosed and is gone. And I guess I'm sharing this with you because I think all day Wednesday I was just feeling this deep, deep despair that I think we're all feeling collectively, and these poor kids like didn't have any hope, seems like. And that got serious real fast. Sorry about that. But this is just what I'm feeling right now. And I think sometimes it's just too much. And I had to come right back and teach a mindfulness class for Westminster, and I was just like, I don't know, people. I have no answers for you. I mean, not really, but truly, like, I have nothing profound to share with you this morning, or like, pretty answers tied up into a bow. I just don't think that exists right now. But I will say this: I know that the reason why we come to our mat to practice yoga, mindfulness, meditation, all of those practices, is because I think it is through the breath and the body that we recognize that things continue to move, right? Things continue to move, and it's not permanent. What the despair and the agony and the depression and the anxiety, it's as slowly as it might be, it's moving. And I was reminded of a poem, a paragraph of David White's. He wrote an essay on despair, and I just want to share a couple of paragraphs with you as we open our practice, because I think it's something we can all relate to. He says, despair takes us in when we have nowhere else to go, when we feel the heart cannot break anymore, when our world and our loved ones disappear, when we feel we cannot be loved or do not deserve to be loved, when we stand helplessly as others are hurt, when our God disappoints, or when our body is carrying profound pain in a way that does not seem to go away. Despair is a haven with its own temporary form of beauty and of self-compassion. It is the invitation we accept when we want to remove ourselves from hurt. Despair is a last protection. To disappear through despair is to seek a temporary but necessary illusion, a place where we hope nothing can ever find us in the same way again. Despair is a necessary and seasonal state of repair. I'm going to fast forward a little bit because there's a lot here, but he says essentially that the body left to itself will breathe. The ears will hear the first bird song of morning, or catch the leaves being touched by the wind in the trees. And the wind will blow away even the grayest cloud, will move even the most immovable season. The heart will continue to beat, and the world, we realize, will never stop or go away. The antidote to despair is not to be found in the brave attempts to cheer ourselves up with happy abstracts, but in paying a profound and courageous attention to the body and the breath. Just that line one more time. The antidote to despair is not to be found in the brave attempts to cheer ourselves up with happy abstracts, but in paying a profound and courageous attention to the body and the breath. So that's what we're going to do today. Paying a profound attention, profound and courageous attention to the body and the breath. So, arriving at your seat, and let's take just a moment here to close the eyes if that feels comfortable for you. We're going to just take a moment to arrive here, feeling the breath in the body. Noticing here the impermanence of things. Even here, noticing the coming and going of the breath, the inhalation, the exhalation. Moment to moment awareness. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath and you'd like to work with that this morning, that's a wonderful option. But any sort of breath awareness or pranayama, deliberate breath is just fine. As you exhale, go ahead and bow your head forward, chin down toward your chest. And then roll your head over towards your right shoulder, a little stretch of the neck, back through center, and then over towards your left shoulder. Good, and then just gentle movement back and forth, moving your head side to side. Good. And then we'll ease our way back to an upright position and extend just the right arm up alongside the ear. Reach all the way up and over into a nice deep side bend, side body stretch. You might explore a little bit of movement here, maybe turning the chest down toward the floor or up toward the ceiling. Just a little bit of movement. You could even circle the arm around a little bit. Good. And then making your way all the way back up, release, and taking the other side. So the left arm stretches up, coming all the way up and over into this side bend. And perhaps a little bit of movement or exploration here. And then all the way back up and release. If you're sitting up on a block or a cushion, you can remove that. Bring the hands behind you and uncross your legs. And go ahead and take your knees side to side. Little windshield wiper movement. Just tuning in every moment, every breath. Just an opportunity to be here, to be fully present. And then back through center. We're going to transition forward to the hands and the knees. So go ahead and shift forward. And we'll start some movement here through cat-cow. Okay, so on your next in-breath, a little opening of the heart, lifting through the tailbone, and then a tucking of the tailbone and rounding of the spine, chin to chest. Good. Moving back and forth with that flow, with that pace of your breath. If you are inclined to take it all the way to child's pose, or all the way through into a little cobra, you're welcome to work with any of those variations. Good. And then when you do feel ready, we'll make our way into downward facing dog. This first downward dog of practice, pushing into the floor through the palms, lifting the hips up, strong and engaged through the core, through the belly, maybe a little shifting or pedaling through the feet. Good. Feeling these 4 solid points of contact on your yoga mat. Anchored and stable. Good. 2 more breaths here, everybody. And then bend your knees a little bit, look forward, take a step or light hop toward the top of your mat. Feel your feet on the ground and then lengthen to a flat back, spinal extension. Exhale, fold and bring it all the way in. Good, one more time. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold. Good, take an extra breath here in your forward fold. You're welcome to keep your knees a little bit bent. And then come all the way up to standing. So root down through your feet, stretch up, reach up, open. And then exhale, hands come together in front of the heart. Good, arms back up on in-breath, reach up, stretch up. This time as you exhale, bend your elbows and open up your chest toward the ceiling, opening up through your heart. And then inhale, re-extend the arms back up. Exhale, dive forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so lengthen and open. Exhale, fold back in. And then all the way back up to standing. So root down through your feet, stretch up, maybe a little mini back bend here. And then hands together at the heart. Let's do that much again, everybody. So stretch up tall as you inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows and open through your chest, little back bend. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, dive forward, coming into your fold. Good, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. All the way back up to standing, just feeling the body move in space. Hands come back together at the heart. Good, arms go back up on in-breath. We'll add on a little bit here. Exhale, bend your elbows and open. Re-extend, inhale. Leading with the heart, come into your forward fold. Good, now step your left foot back into a lunge and let's drop down to the left knee and extend the arms forward and up. Deepen into your lunge a little bit, stretching up tall. Bend your elbows, shift your chest up, similar to what we just did when we were standing in our mountain pose, opening the heart. Reach back up as you inhale. Exhale, hands down. Now pick up your back knee and step your right foot back to a downward facing dog. Pause here for a couple breaths. And then step your left foot forward into your lunge, drop down to your right knee. So same thing here, we're going to extend the arms forward and up. Feel your breath here, and then bend your elbows, deepen into your lunge, and open up through the chest. Stretch back up, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Pick up your back knee and step forward, back into your forward fold. And then all the way back up to standing. Reach up, and then hands back together at the heart. Good, you guys, we're going to keep this moving, so stretch the arms back up, inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows and open. Re-extend, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Pick up your back knee and step your left foot back to a downward facing dog. Pause. Right foot comes forward, coming into your lunge. Drop down to your left knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend your elbows and open. Just that little extra breath, opening the heart, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Pick up your back knee and step forward, back into your forward fold. Good, all the way back up to standing on your in-breath. Exhale, hands back together at the heart. Good, you're adding a little bit on here too, so stretch the arms up, inhale. Bend your elbows and open. Reach back up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step your left foot back into a lunge. And you're going to keep your left hand down and reach your right arm up into a twist. Option to ground the back knee to the floor, or maybe take a block underneath that left hand. Give this an extra breath here as you open. Exhale, right hand comes back down. Step your right foot back to a downward facing dog. Good. And then left foot forward. Left arm reaches up. So same thing on the other side. You always have that option of bringing that back knee down or keeping it lifted. Opening up into this twist. Beautiful, you guys. Looks great. Bring your left hand back down. Step forward, back into your fold. All the way back up to standing on your next in-breath. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Good. Last time through, take the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows and open. Turn your chest up. Re-extend, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot leads, right foot steps back, lunge. Left arm reaches up, twist. Feel free to stay here an extra breath. Lean it back. Exhale, left hand back down. Step left foot back to a downward facing dog. Good. Right foot forward, lunge. Right arm reaches up, twist. Lean into it, lean back some. Exhale, right hand comes back to the floor. Step forward, back to your fold. All the way up to standing as you inhale, maybe reach slightly back. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Good, everybody, arms back up, inhale. And this time we're going to bend the knees and sit into a chair pose. I just want to call attention to the fact that we have done 0 chaturangas. And you are welcome for that. That's my goal for today. No, we're going to do it. Bend your elbows here, open up through your chest as we've been doing. See if you might sit just a little bit deeper. Strong through your core, through your belly. Take one more breath here. Pull the lowest tips of the shoulder blades together. Lift up through your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Let's take our hands down. Step our way to plank pose. Hold here for a moment. Feel the ground. Lift through your core. Strong abdominals. You always have the option to come to your knees. You also always have the option to skip the chaturangas, right? So your next exhale, lower down, chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into a little cobra. Shoulders back and down, heart leads, heart lifts. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now on your next in-breath, everybody, stretch your right leg back behind you and up. 3-legged downward dog. Take an extra breath here. Then bend your right leg, lift and open up through your hip. Stretch it out a little bit. Good. Right foot will step through, coming into a crescent lunge or a high lunge. So this means the back heel and the back knee will stay lifted. Let's start with the hands on the hips. And just get a sense of our center here. You might even manually pull that right hip back and push the left hip forward. Pushing down on the hips, on the pelvis. Roll the shoulders back, inner thighs squeeze in toward midline. Reach the arms up and take a huge breath here. And then bend your elbows, bend your back knee at a little hover, and then open up your chest some toward the ceiling. A couple more breaths here. Good. Re-extend the arms back up. bring your right hand to your right thigh. Take your left arm up and over into a little side bend, side body stretch. Now, option to bring your left elbow over to your right knee for a prayer twist, or bring your left hand all the way to the ground. It's up to you. But opening up into this twisting lunge. Back knee can come down if that's helpful, or just keep it as is for a couple more breaths. Strong through your core. Maybe spread through the arms. Right arm reaching up, left arm down. Take one last cleansing breath here in your twisting lunge. And then release out of that. Now listen carefully, you're gonna walk the hands all the way over toward the left side of the room. Feet parallel, rooted down. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. And then exhale, fold. Prasarita Padottanasana. Coming into this wide straddle, forward fold. Breathe here. Then on your next in-breath, everybody, go ahead and lengthen out your spine. And then walk the hands back up to the very top of the mat. And step your right foot back to a plank pose. So back to plank, shoulders over wrists and elbows. Now shift your weight over into your right hand. We're going to roll to the outer edge of the right foot for side plank or Vashisthasana. Push into the ground with your right palm, option to come down to the knee or the forearm. Take that left arm and stretch it forward alongside your ear. Maybe float your left leg up. Take another full breath here. Good work, everybody, and bring it all the way back. Plank pose. Your choice, chaturanga, or go straight to down or facing dog. So if you're feeling it today, you want to move through that extra vinyasa, that's fine. Everybody meet back up, downward dog. Good. Take a breath here, get settled. And then send your left leg back, reach it up. Take an extra breath here, really lengthen, reach through the leg and the foot, the toes. Bend your left leg and open. Good. Step left foot through, coming into your crescent lunge or your high lunge. So we're going to start, once again, with the hands on the hips. Just to feel into our center. And you might manually pull that left hip back and push the right hip forward. Pushing down on the pelvis, lengthening the spine. And then extending up through the arms. The tailbone drawing down, arms and fingertips reaching up. Take another breath here. And then bend your elbows and bend your back knee at a hover. Opening up the chest a little bit toward the ceiling. 2 more breaths here. Good. Stretch back up. Bring your left hand to your left thigh. Reach your right arm up and over. So you're coming into a little side body stretch on that right side. And then perhaps hooking your right elbow over to the left knee, coming into that prayer twist position. Or you can always bring that right hand down to the ground as we did before. So work with your own version here. Maybe spread through the arms. Right arm down, left arm reaching up. One last cleansing breath here in your twist, everybody. Exhale, release, and go ahead and walk your hands now all the way over towards your right side. Spinning the feet, take an inhale and lengthen. And an exhale, fold it in. You can keep it here, or you can, what was that? Oh, the mail. The mail just came through the slot by the back door and almost broke a heart attack. But never mind, never mind. Stay and breathe, you guys. It's just part of life. Sometimes it startled us a little bit. All right, a couple more breaths. And then lengthen on your in-breath. Extend your spine. Walk your hands back up toward the top of your mat. Step that left foot back to plank pose. Feel that strength in your core. Shift your weight to your left hand. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot and extend your right arm up. So full breath here. Option to come down to the knee or the forearm, or maybe stretch that right arm forward and float your right leg up. Feel your breath. Exhale, bring it all the way back to plank pose, your choice, down dog, or move through your chaturanga. Over or up dog, and then back to your downward facing dog. Just pause here for a moment. All righty, my friends. Take the right leg back again. Reach it up. Bend your leg and open. Step it through. Warrior 2. You're going to turn that back heel flat. You might want to just line up your heels here on your mat, strong in your lunge, extending out through the arms. Looking forward just beyond your right fingertips. Give this a couple of breaths. You might consider drawing a little bit deeper into your lunge, into your warrior as you exhale. As you inhale, creating a little more space in the body from the tailbone out through the crown of the head. Good, we're going to drop the arms down now and clasp the hands behind the back. Open up through the shoulders, lift up through the chest, and then dive forward into your ostrich or humble warrior here. Feel into the ground through both feet. Let your head and your neck relax. Pull both thighs back. Take one more breath here. Come back upright. Re-extend the arms. And now we're going to straighten up that right leg for triangle. So you might want to heel toe the back foot forward just a couple of inches. To narrow your stance, reach the right arm and the fingertips and the rib cage forward. Create some space, and then let your right hand come down toward the shin or maybe a block. Start to peel open through your left arm, through your shoulder, expanding your heart space. As you feel the feet on the ground, lengthen from the tailbone out through the crown of your head. Take another full breath. Good, everybody. We're going to work into a standing balance called half moon. So bending into that front leg, you might take a block with you here if you want, and extend your left arm and left leg up. Stacking the body here on its side. And you might be really keenly aware here of the breath and the sensation and coming and going. Steadiness and ease. Your posture and your practice is not a statue, it's not static. We're keeping things moving. Exhale, left hand comes down. Good. Step your left foot about 3/4 of the way back on your mat, and then start to straighten up this front leg. So we're coming into a revolved triangle pose. So try to ground that back heel. If you happen to have a block, place it underneath the left hand and the left fingertips. Pull your right hip back and extend your right arm up for your twisting or revolved triangle. Good. Notice what's going on with that back foot as you root it down. Nice, Christina. Imagine, you know, back in the day when we could do hands-on adjustments, if I could draw your right hip back a little bit for you, like a little pull back. Take one more full cleansing breath here. Looks good, everybody. Release that right hand, come back down, step it back to your plank pose, and maybe move through your chaturanga. Good. All the way back to downward facing dog. Great job, everybody. Take another breath here. And then sending the left leg back. Reach it all the way up. Bend your left leg open and lift up through your hip. And step left foot through for warrior two pose. Feeling your feet on the ground, root down to the floor, extending out through the arms. Strong in your lunge. Keeping your gaze forward just beyond your left fingertips and using your breath to work this pose a little bit. Exhaling deeper into the lunge. Inhaling a little more growth and space through your upper body and your torso. Take one more breath here. Drop the arms down and clasp the hands behind your back. Opening up through the shoulders, lifting through the chest, and then diving forward into that ostrich pose or humble warrior. Feel into the ground through both feet equally. Let your head relax. Couple more breaths here. Good. And then ground your feet, stabilize and root down. Come back upright, warrior two pose. Straighten up the left leg as we set up for a triangle. So maybe heel toe that back foot forward just a little bit. Reach it forward, lengthen through your spine, ribs, and torso. Bring the left hand down to the shin or the ground, extending up through that right arm. Spread through the arms. Continue to peel back through your right arm, your shoulder, your chest, your heart. Notice the quality and the presence of your breath here. Two more strong breaths, lengthening from the tailbone out through the crown of your head. Good, everybody setting up for your balance, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon, so shift into that front leg, floating the right arm and the right leg up. Maybe take a block underneath your left hand. Breathing here, the body on its side, keeping that balance of steadiness and ease. But also aware that things are shifting, they're changing all the time. Even if that means we fall out of our balance, that's okay. Take another breath. Exhale, let's bring that right hand back down. Step the right foot about 3/4 of the way back on the mat. Ground your heel as best you can and square off the hips. So now, right hand fingertips on the ground or a block. Pressing into the floor, sending the left arm, reaching it up for your revolved half moon, or sorry, not half moon, triangle pose. Think about pulling that left hip and thigh back while keeping the right heel grounded and continuing to turn the torso to your left. Take another cleansing breath here. And exhale, release that left hand back down. Good. Step it all way back, plank pose. Strong and lifted through your core, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, great job everybody. All right, come down to your knees and we're gonna set up for dolphin pose. Okay, so dolphin down on the forearms. So bring your elbows and your forearms to the floor. The elbows no wider than your shoulders. So see if you can line your elbows up with your shoulders. The forearms can stay parallel, or you could clasp your hands and make a little tripod, and that might help keep your elbows reined in. Okay? If you haven't already, relax your head and your neck, pick up your knees, and then tiptoe forward some toward your face. Strong and connected to your core. Keep your elbows and your forearms reined in, maybe a little bend in your knees. Pull the belly in and up, Uddiyana Bandha. Make sure you can kind of move your head. Shake your head no, or nod your head yes. So the shoulders are not squeezing up toward the ears. Now, connected to your core, send your right leg up toward the ceiling, coming into this one-legged dolphin. Again, make sure the breath is present and stable. Take another breath here. And switch legs, so bring your right foot back down and send your left leg up into the air. Reach. Active toes connected to your core. Make sure your head is not on the ground. Soft neck and shoulders. Take another breath. Release that left foot back down. One more breath in dolphin. You can do it. Strong core. Draw your tailbone and sits bones up. Exhale, come on down. Woo. Sit on back, child's pose. Or embryo. You can take your arms back and turn your palms up if you choose. Good, everybody, one more breath here. Come back up to your hands and your knees. And I'd like for you to extend your left leg straight out to the left. So you're planted the left foot on the ground, kind of straight out to the left. Keep the left hand there on the ground. Reach your right arm out and slightly up toward the ceiling if you're able. And then thread the needle. The right arm will thread underneath the left and reach toward your left toes. Come all the way down to the right shoulder, right side of the head. Push into the floor with your left foot as you open up into this twisting, thread the needle pose with that left leg extended. If you prefer to not have that left leg extended, you could always bring it in. Couple more breaths here. Good, and then start to unwind out of that and send your right arm back out, reach it up a little bit, and bring the right hand down. Now we're going to bring that left leg in and just switch sides. Okay, so now right leg extends out to the right, plant the foot to the floor, keep the right hand on the ground, stretch your left arm out, reach it up a little bit, and then thread the needle on this side. Left arm reaches toward the right foot. deep, deep breath here into your left shoulder, upper back, side of the neck. Good, and then unwind out of that. Send your left arm back out, reach it up a little bit, and then bring it back down. Very nice. Bring the right leg back in. Feel your hands root down, come into a downward facing dog, lifting up. Extend your right leg back, again, reach it up. Bend your right leg, turn and open up your hip, and then take your right knee over and touch your left elbow. A little twisting plank pose. And then inhale, stretch the leg back, again, reach it up. And then right knee to your right elbow or tricep, strong through your core. Good, take your leg back again, one more time. And now we're gonna bring the right knee in toward the chest. Really lift through your core, take an extra breath here, push through the ground, pull your knee and your shin up a little higher, and then set your leg down for pigeon. So you're gonna bring your right knee and shin and lower leg down. Right leg is bent, back leg is stretched back behind you. Try to square off the hips here and engage through the inner thighs, even if that lifts you up off the ground a little bit. You might even do it so much that you can unweight your hands and open up through your chest some. Good. If that doesn't feel good, then certainly don't do it. And then whenever you're ready, you can walk it forward into your humble or folded pigeon. Good, everybody. Take about 3 more breaths here. Awesome, everybody. Ease back up. You're going to make your way back to downward facing dog. So you can plug your hands into the floor, step it back. Now, option to stretch your right leg up again and kind of draw some big circles with the knee or with the leg, or you could flip your down dog over into a little back bend. Just take your time here for a moment. And then we're going to take that little sequence on the other side. So take your left leg into the air, reach it up, bend your leg and open to your hip. Good. Take your left knee over to touch your right elbow. So you're coming into a little twisting plank pose. Inhale the leg back again, reach it up tall. Exhale, left knee to left elbow or tricep. Just shoot a little higher. Take your leg back one more time, reach and lengthen. Now pull your left knee in toward your chest, lift through your core. Stay an extra breath, push the ground away, pull that left knee and shin up a little higher, and then bring your leg through for pigeon. Stretching that right leg back behind you. Now again, let's try to square off the hips, pull everything toward that midline, and then option to perhaps float your hands away. It's okay if you lift up away from the ground a little bit higher. Take another breath, and then you can slowly bow forward into your pigeon. Good. Take a couple more breaths here, everybody. Good. And then you'll slowly make your way back upright and all the way back to downward facing dog. So same options here. You can extend the leg up, maybe circle through the leg, draw some big circles with your knee, or flip your dog over. Good. And then go ahead and come down to your knees. And that's what we're going to do next. So we're going to come into an inversion. And I'm going to really open it up to whatever you want to do. I will talk you through a headstand if you want to work with headstand. You're welcome to move to a wall to have a little bit of support and stability. If you prefer to work with forearm stand or handstand, or even coming onto your back, working with either bridge pose or supported bridge, or even going up to a wall and taking your legs up a wall, that's a perfectly respectable inversion, right? Legs up the wall pose. So this is, I find inversions to be really helpful for a couple of reasons, but even just going back to our discussion at the beginning of practice, just about this state of turmoil we're in right now, and a lot of us are feeling anxiety and despair, and lots of vibration going on. So inversions to me help me find a sense of grounding and a connection to my breath, even when there's chaos around, right? Or even when the world is literally upside down. And there can be a sense of ease and calming when we can feel into that, right? Even when things around us are a mess, we can always come back and feel the ground underneath us. We can feel the breath in the body, right? So I'll talk you through headstand if you want to work with that. Coming down to the elbows and the forearms. Grab a hold of opposite biceps so that your elbows are arranged about shoulder width apart. And then I'm going to rotate the forearms back and clasp the hands, but open up the heels of the hands and the palms. Okay, so I'm creating a little basket for the back of my head. Now, bring the very top of your head down to the ground so your chin pulls toward your chest, and then hold the back of your head with your hands. Make sure you're not putting weight on the back of your head. It should be on the top or slightly forward toward the hairline. Push your elbows into the floor, pull your shoulders away from the ears, and hold the back of your head with your hands. Pick up your knees if you haven't already, put some weight on your head. Tiptoe forward toward your face so the hips start to stack over the shoulders and the head. Push the ground away with your elbows and your forearms. Take your one of your legs up and hold the back of your head with your basket. And now, as you continue to pull the back of your head, maybe float that foot that's on the ground up and away and come into your full headstand. If you're next to the wall is there for support. Feeling into your breath and your body even as you are upside down. See if you can sense that natural alignment. Your spine, hips over shoulders, legs over hips. Whenever you're ready, you can slowly come back down and rest in your child's pose. if you're wanting to do another one, you're welcome to go again. There's no rush, but when you do feel ready, we're all going to meet up onto our backs. So you can roll down onto your back and pull the knees together toward your chest. It's just a way to slow it down. Maybe circle the knees in one direction. And then the other. Good. If a happy baby pose would feel good to you here, you can reach up for your feet. Or you can continue to just pull your knees in. It's up to you. If you're grabbing a hold of the soles of the feet, continue to pull down on your feet and also draw your tailbone and your sacrum down on them. Good. And then release out of that. You're going to draw your knees back together and allow both knees to drop over to your right side for your spinal twist and extend the left arm out to the left. Drawing the knees back in toward the chest and allowing both knees to drop over to the left. Reach the right arm out to the right. And then bringing the knees back up, stretching the legs out to the floor, reaching the arms up and back alongside the ears. Give your body a full stretch here from fingertips to toes. And then we'll let the arms come down and rest in Shavasana, corpse pose. If you would like to set up in a particular way with a bolster or legs up the wall or any variation, feel free to do that. I'm going to attempt to play music.